And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Go Cuckoo. This is a game from HABA, who makes wonderful kids games and family games. And this is a game that reminds you of pick up sticks. It has a bunch of sticks with different colors on the end, and we're going to be using these to make a nest and then place eggs in a nest. This is a dexterity game. Don't make something fall. Here's how it plays. At the beginning of the game, each player gets a certain number of eggs, which is determined by how many players are. These are, I think they're wooden eggs. I'm not sure if they're wooden or plastic, but anyhow, you have these eggs, and there's a bunch of sticks that are placed into the can. And on your turn, you grab a stick and pull it out. And I look. I pulled a green stick out, and it's blue. So now I have to pull a blue stick out. I pull a blue stick out, and it's green. Now I have to pull a green stick out. I pull a green stick out, and it's green. Hooray, I got a double. A double's what you want. You're going to go until you either pull a double or until you get 3 sticks. Then you will place them horizontally like this, starting to build the nest. Hopefully not dropping this thing out. Then if you did pull a double, then you can take one of your eggs and place it somewhere in the nest. Now, if you don't pull a double, you still lay the sticks down, but you don't get to put an egg in a nest. So the next person pulls a red. See, they got a double right away. So they put this one here. They don't draw anymore, and then they place an egg in the nest. Oh, now that, I think the egg's still in the nest, but if the egg falls all the way down to the bottom, then you have to take an egg from the person who has the most eggs. And if the egg falls outside the nest, then you have to, you get the egg back. You don't get to put it in. So let's see, this person's going to place one here. They just drew a double red. Let's see if we can place this egg here. Oh. The next person pulls a blue-red, then a red-yellow, then a yellow-green, which means they don't get to place an egg. Then the next person pulls a red-green, going to a green-red, going to a red-red. So they do get to place an egg. A lot more places, safety for the eggs. And you're going to keep doing this as players are going to pull these out. And you can see that it actually does kind of look like a nest as you pull these out, and you're putting more on here, and you're slowly putting eggs or having them fall into the bottom, and different eggs are going to show up here, and eventually someone's going to run out of eggs. When you run out of eggs and it's your turn to place one, then you're going to place Kiki Cuckoo, and you're going to put them in the nest. Don't fall out, and if it works and if they don't fall, then you have won the game. First of all, the game is visually really cool. It's a stunning little game. These are pretty high quality sticks. The colors are nice and bright. The device is neat. It's a can that holds everything. You take it apart. Here's the bottom half, which you actually use for the game itself. The eggs are good quality. Still not sure if they're plastic or wood. But they're nice eggs. They look like eggs. The whole thing looks good. But I think this is a fine game. It's a fun game. It's entertaining. It's interesting. But it doesn't work that well for kids, and I'll tell you why. First of all, it's a difficult dexterity game. I mean very difficult. Kids have the hardest time trying to figure out how to place these in such a way to then put an egg down. You got to think a little bit structurally. Okay, this crosses this, which crosses this. It's not so much put the block on top and hope it doesn't fall. And so adults will do just as well as kids, so maybe if you want a game to beat your kids at, you have this. But that's not so much my problem with it. It's the whole pull a stick. You don't get to put an egg unless you pull a stick with the same color on both ends. Well, you have a percentage, I don't know what the percentages are of the sticks, but you only have a percentage chance of getting that. Well, that's just random. So you might do really well at the dexterity part of this game, but you never get to put out one of your eggs because you don't draw one of those. Now, you do get to draw 3 sticks. So drawing 3 sticks, your chance is high, but it can happen that you don't. And sometimes when I played with kids, they were frustrated by the fact that they would go 2 or 3 turns without getting to put an egg because they just didn't draw the right sticks. And other people would draw the stick after one time. Other kids got frustrated because their eggs fell off and it was more difficult for them. So I think this could work for kids, older kids probably, but it almost seems like this is a party game for adults. It doesn't look like one. But I can see adults going around like, let's pull the sticks out and play with this. It just seems like it's geared towards kids, but that's kind of the wrong audience for this dexterity game. It's still a neat idea, though. I like the whole concept, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see people playing this at a convention sometime. So that is Go Cuckoo. Dice Tower Judgment, good for adults, not so much for kids.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.